The skin, it is our first border with the world, and our last witness to life. It is the map that tells the story of our days, the scars of childhood, the wrinkles of time, the warmth of the sun. But in the long and bloody history of humankind, this thin membrane has, at times, become a canvas upon which tyrants paint our greatest fears. In Mesopotamia, where the first empires were born, the Assyrians built their civilization on a foundation of clay, iron, and terror. Their kings learned an ancient secret, that fear is the strongest of all building materials, and that the bodies of their enemies are the most effective means of sending a message. When a captured rebel leader was brought before the king, he was not seen as a man, but as a symbol that had to be broken. The judgment was not held in a court of law, but was a political spectacle. With a single word from the king, the sentence was declared: he will be flayed alive, to serve as an example. This was not merely punishment, it was a brutal declaration of absolute power, a clear message: this is the fate of all who defy the will of Assyria. In the public square, under a harsh and unforgiving sun, the defiant one is tied to the very city walls he tried to conquer. He does not scream, he does not beg. His eyes lock with the king's in a final silent challenge. The battle is no longer between armies. It is now a battle of will between two men. And so the horrific ritual begins. It was not just a process of killing, but a systematic unmaking of identity and flesh before the eyes of all. The victim's scream became the empire's national anthem. The king sat on his throne, seeing not pain but order, not savagery but stability built on fear. But blood does not stay in one place. It seeps into the earth, finds its way to the rivers. It travels through time, a silent witness to human history. From the arid deserts of Assyria, across thousands of sunrises and sunsets, from one civilization to another, the pain travels. The masks change, but the scream remains the same. In the new world, under a different sky, and in the heart of a vibrant green jungle, another civilization arose, the Aztecs. Here, the same horrific act had an entirely different meaning. The skin was not torn in the name of an earthly king, but in the name of thirsty gods who dwelled in the heavens. The captive warrior was led to the top of the pyramid, not in a walk of shame, but in a solemn, divine procession. They believed the universe was a fragile machine, and the blood of the brave was the fuel that kept it running. They killed so that life could continue. At the pyramid's peak, there was no executioner, but a high priest, a conduit between the world of men and the world of gods. The knife was not a tool of torture, but an instrument of salvation. And when he wore the victim's skin in a terrifying and sacred ritual, he was not celebrating death, he was embodying rebirth. This was the language of faith in its most extreme form, where creation and destruction, life and death merge into one.
Assyria and the Aztecs, two great civilizations, separated by an ocean of time and space. One used brutality to impose order on earth, the other used it to maintain order in the heavens. Political power and religious faith, two entirely different motives for the same unspeakable act. So what does this tell us about ourselves, about this creature we call human? Capable of building pyramids that touch the sky, and at the same time, capable of committing acts from the depths of hell. Is brutality an inseparable part of our search for meaning or for power? From Assyria to the Aztecs, and from the distant past to the present we inhabit, the reasons and the masks change, but the mirror remains the same. And perhaps, if we look into it honestly enough, we will see that the line separating the Assyrian king, the Aztec priest, and ourselves is thinner than we dare to imagine.